Welcome to the VoiceMe Podcast, information and advice on the world of voiceover presented by voiceme.co.za, the South African search directory for voice artists and related services. I'm Andrew Sutherland, founder of VoiceMe, and in this episode, I'm diving into some fascinating insights from VoiceMe's 2024 search data. Let's explore what that means for voice artists and the future of our industry in South Africa. I believe this episode will offer some eye-opening insights, not just for voice artists, but for anyone curious about how communication is evolving. By analyzing data from VoiceMe's 2024 search trends, there's some exciting and valuable opportunities that showcase the diversity and growth in our industry. Let's jump in. Firstly, languages and localization. The first thing that stood out to me is that English remains dominant, accounting for 78% of searches. This has been slowly coming down since 2021, where it was at 80%. However, there's a growing interest in other languages. Afrikaans last year accounted for 8% of searches, up from 6%, and Zulu came in at 4%, up from 3%. With Sepedi and Sesotho close behind at 2% and 1% respectively, both nearly doubling in popularity in the last few years. This highlights the increasing demand for voice talent that reflects local cultures and communities. 10 other languages made up the remaining 7% of searches, proving that there's still room for everyone in this vibrant global market. Surprisingly, Xhosa and Tswana were the biggest drops, coming down from 3% and 2% to less than 1% of total searches. I do expect English to continue to be dominant in 2025, but if the trend continues, Afrikaans, Zulu, Sepedi, and Sesotho will be sought after more this year. For multilingual voice artists, this is a golden opportunity to bring your skills to the table and book more work. Next up, accents and authenticity. 69% of searches were open to any accent, which tells me that your talent and skills often outweighs specific accent preference. Searches done without an accent preference have been rising for years now. However, authenticity is still key, with African accents specifically making up 15% of all searches and the South African accent at 11%. That statistic has flipped over the last few years. Previously, a South African accent was more popular than an African one. This shows that while clients on our site value talent and versatility, they also appreciate regional flavor and cultural authenticity for their projects, which also ties into ethnicity representation and diversity. Representation continues to gain momentum, with 46% of all searches specifically seeking Black African voices. This shift toward better representation of SA's major demographic is not surprising at all. Clients and audiences alike are increasingly embracing the rich tapestry of African voices available. Searches for white voices stayed the same at 21%, while 12% of searches did not specify any ethnicity at all. Cape-colored, Indian, Asian, and other ethnicities all dropped down quite a bit, likely in favor of Black African voices. My gut feel is that these stats will stay the same this year. On to age and gender. The data also revealed insights into voice preferences across age ranges and genders. Adult voices between 26 and 35 were the most sought after at 29%, followed by 36 to 45-year-olds at 23%, accounting for just over half of all searches on our site. None of this is surprising, as these ranges are where the vast majority of our population lie and where clients are generally targeting, especially in the commercial space. The ranges on either side of that, 19 to 25 years old at 18%, and 46 to 55 years old at 10% were the next highest. There's also still some demand for older voices over 55, teens 13 to 18, and child voices under 12 years old, but all three ranges have dropped down in the last few years. That said, those teen and child voices are growing up, and demand for their voices will increase as they get older. So this tells me that if you're a young performer and you keep honing your skills, by the time you enter the young adult ranges, you will be vastly better trained and ready to earn in this space much easier. Gender preferences are almost evenly split, with female voices at 39%, male voices at 38%, and 22% of all searches open to any gender. 1% of searches were specifically for non-binary voices. This focus on voice quality over gender identity is another encouraging trend, and these stats have remained largely identical for more than 5 years at this point, and I don't see either age or gender preferences changing much in 2025. Next up, VO genres or categories and keywords. Advertising, commercials, and retail remain a major category, accounting for more than 37% of all searches, but clients are open to a variety of styles. Corporate narration and explainer was the next most popular at 24%, followed by e-learning and educational at 20%. Both of these genres have increased in popularity in the last year. Audiobooks came up next at 8%, rising slightly from previous years, and TV shows and documentary close behind at 6%. The remaining 8 categories on our site made up the last 5% together at less than 1% on each one of them. Keywords like attractive, amusing, natural, and authentic are frequently searched for. Clients are increasingly valuing natural, authentic, and friendly performances, showing that overly polished reads are becoming less desirable. Other popular keywords included playful, believable, bright, informative, warm, conversational, confident, and emotive. So this tells me that the emphasis on an engaging and entertaining delivery, even in corporate or educational projects, is a trend to watch out for this year. So what does this all mean for you as a voice artist in 2025? Here's my takeaways from these stats. The steady rise in searches for Afrikaans, Zulu, Sepedi, and Sesotho indicates an expanding appreciation for South Africa's linguistic diversity. This trend highlights opportunities for language specialists. Multilingual voice artists fluent in these languages have a growing market to tap into. Brands are aligning with cultural authenticity to connect better with local audiences, creating a demand for regional dialects and nuances. So, voice artists can benefit from training in delivering authentic regional dialects or partnering with language coaches to enhance their services. With 69% of searches open to any accent and keywords like authentic and natural gaining traction, there's a clear shift towards realness in voiceovers. Clients clearly value relatability in their voice choice. This trend emphasizes the importance of mastering conversational styles and emotive storytelling. So you can focus on vocal authenticity by refining techniques like active listening, conversational pacing, and genuine emotional delivery. The significant 46% of searches for Black African voices underscore an industry-wide push for inclusivity. Ethnic diversity is definitely an asset. The growing preference for diverse voices suggests that clients want to better represent the demographics they serve. The near equal split in gender preferences and the rise of non-binary voice options signals an encouraging move toward inclusivity in casting as well. This means that even talent agents can enhance their diverse offering by spotlighting underrepresented groups and creating opportunities for non-traditional voice profiles. The dominance of the 26 to 45-year age range aligns with the commercial world's focus on relatable, mature yet youthful voices. While younger and older voices are less in demand, they still offer niche opportunities in children's content and audiobooks. With 81% of searches focused on advertising, corporate narration, and e-learning, voice artists should prioritize versatility in these genres while considering emerging markets like audiobooks and TV documentaries as well. The rise of engaging performances in traditionally formal genres like corporate and educational hints at a demand for storytelling-driven narration. So invest in niche skills like long-form narration or interactive e-learning modules to stand out in searches. The popularity of terms like bright, informative, and emotive shows a preference for voices that can balance professional clarity with an engaging, approachable tone. And the decreased interest in overly polished reads may reflect a cultural shift towards genuine connections in advertising and media. So what you can do as an artist is regularly analyze popular voiceover styles in trending campaigns that are out there to stay aligned with client preferences. Proactively updating your profile to reflect these trends, adding demos with keywords like authentic and natural, and offering samples in multiple styles could boost your visibility on VoiceMe. So, continue developing your skills and exploring new genres, stay versatile and open to learning, lean into your unique qualities, your language and accent, even your quirks. These are assets that make you stand out. And that's all for this week's episode. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and my support team at support@voiceme.co.za. Leave a comment here or give me a call on 0861 VoiceMe. That's 0861 864 2363 if you're in South Africa. And to sign up for a VoiceMe profile, register from the homepage at voiceme.co.za. As always, I strongly believe a constructive social environment for our users, whether they're artists, clients, producers, or talent agents, is highly beneficial for our industry. Like, follow, and engage with VoiceMe and each other on @VoiceMeSA on all social networks. If you liked this episode, please like, share, subscribe, turn on automatic downloads, or click the bell icon to get notified so you don't miss our next one. I'm Andrew Sutherland, and that's all from me here at VoiceMe for this week. Cheers for now.